Okay, so in the 50s, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the 50s. The present day, still not so much. But the 50s are where it's at. Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for American Horror Story Double Feature Season 10, Episode 9, Blue Moon. I saw you standing alone without a beat in my heart, without a love of my own. Is that how it goes? Blue Moon. Child. Anyway, we're in 1954, and Eisenhower, Nixon, and the rest of the people in the boardroom with the alien mammy, she floating in the air. You know, we all having a meeting, and he's refusing to sign this treaty. And he's like, I can't do it. And she's like, put pen to paper, move your hand, and make a signature. And he's like, no, I ain't saying that. I'm saying I can't do this to the American people. Can't do it. It's treason. I'm not doing it. And she come floating around the table. Let me remind you that I got Mammy in here. And I would hate to have to do to her what I did to the other host. So, you want to try that again? And then out of nowhere, she back to Mammy again. And then Mammy is choking. And blood coming from her eyes and everything. And it's like, where is this invisible alien? Like, is it an entity? What is it? Anyway, because it keeps jumping out and then you can't see it. I don't like that. I don't like that. Is it invisible? Anyway. Of course, he quickly signs after that. Back in his office, they showing him on the projector, you know, what's been happening. Some of these people have been reported missing. It's a little girl missing, so they taking kids. It's all bad. It's all bad. He don't even want to see no more. 3 years later, they're still, you know, sitting around talking about their decision. Now they regret it because they haven't even got no technology as of lately. And they ain't heard from the people. So they feel like they've been left high and dry. All of a sudden, the room starts rumbling. They see this big old bright light, you know, so the aliens are back. When the light goes away and the dust subsides, it's a man standing there. So I said, oh, okay. He bum rushes his way through, knocking folks over just by thinking it, you know, or, you know, because it's just at the wipe of a hand, the blink of an eye, your head will blow off. So it makes sense. He's just walking through, wreaking havoc on his way to the president's office. Eisenhower already knew he was coming. You know, they got their guns drawn, but he's like, I think I know why he's here. I know why he's here. He says his name is Thor. Cal somebody Thor. And think of him like think of him like a liaison. You know, he's here to carry out the business that they have. They've made strides in creating the perfect species, you know, neither human nor alien. And he's like, it's better that I just show you. And then he pulled his muffin cap back blue. And it's, you know, wires and all of that. So he a robot. They standing there like, anyway, he shows them what they have because, you know, he has to make do on their promises of the technology. So he's here with the technology. And it looked like an iPod to me, but maybe it's the phone, the iPhone. I don't know. But he tells them it's going to bring peace and happiness amongst the people. I said, the cell phone's bringing the peace and the happiness? You lied. You lied, Mr. Alien. And asking him, well, do you guys want it? Of course they want it. At home, Mammy, she's still on her party kick. And then at first I was like, am I watching the right episode? Because didn't she say this already? Is she in a reoccurring dream of her own? Like, what? I didn't understand at first because she was saying the same exact line that she said before she, you know, showed us that she was, you know, taken over by the aliens, sitting up there talking about being the first for the birthday parties and everybody gonna be doing birthday parties. And now she wants to do Halloween parties and wants, you know, the adults to come dressed up in costume. You know, costume parties just aren't for kids. They're for adults as well. Her legacy gonna be the porties. That night when he's in bed, he wakes up to these screams and it's like they coming from the vents. You know, he follows the noise all the way around, you know, down this tunnel that goes all the way underground. It's giving bunker. And when he gets there, he sees that somebody is getting tortured and experimented on. So it's like, what in the world? Thor come in there and was like, oh, we didn't want you to find out like this. Sorry about that. You know, he takes them on through, takes them to a room where they got all of these little alien babies housed in these tanks of water. He tells him that, you know, the people that he worked for didn't want him seeing any of it. You know, but I mean, he there. He might as well just show him what it is. Then Eisenhower tells him, you know, well, I might have to just shut this down all the way. Shit. He's like, I wouldn't advise that. Don't play with them people. Okay. Don't play with them people. That is not what you want. They're going to come out here themselves and tear all of this up. So I suggest you just do what it is you're supposed to be doing. It ain't going to be no backing out. This is what it is. He shows him where the little girl is. And he's like, that's that little girl from Topeka, Kansas. Yeah, she right on in there. Ain't missing at all. She right there. In the care over there at the White House. Under the White House. Eisenhower's having breakfast with Mammy. She could care less about the citizens as we like. I thought that this was just because she was possessed by the alien. No, she just don't care. Her bottom line is money as well. You know, power, all of that. That's her bottom line too. So she could care less about the citizens. And she tells him, you know, if you got such a big problem with the noise, I mean, take it somewhere else. Give them somewhere else to do it. And so they think about it, and he chooses Nevada, Area 51 to be exact. When Eisenhower gets home, he hears his wife upstairs. You know, he hears moans, and, you know, he hears it through the vents, and he goes upstairs, and she up there having sex with Thor, really riding him till the cows come home. And all of a sudden he passes out, and when he wakes up thinking it's a dream, she's like, oh, that wasn't a nightmare. That wasn't a nightmare at all. She talking about it was an absolute dream. Girl, really, Mammy? She brags about how good it is and all of that. He really knows his way around the female anatomy, ma'am. He's stunned, talking about he can't even look at her. She's like, I mean... The FBI this is 5 years later at FBI headquarters, Marilyn Monroe. We see that they're watching, and I don't know, maybe they had a drone or somebody was spying on her, but her conversation with somebody got back to the FBI where she was telling them everything she knew, everything that Kennedy was telling her about the aliens and about the alien abductions, all of that. And Eisenhower and Nixon also see what she has to say, and Nixon want to kill Marilyn. Right, straight away. Straight away, because they don't want anybody, they don't want nobody believing her. You know, at first he's like, well, she's a drug addict anyway, ain't nobody gonna believe that. No, all they need is one reporter to buy it, and so then it'll be a problem. So yeah, she's got to be taken care of as well. And the next day they get her. We see the men in black hold her down, and she overdosed. You know, they force all the pills down her throat. Kennedy in there toe up, you know, by this woman. He reading the paper. She been found dead. Nixon calls to send his condolences. You full of shit, Nixon. Kennedy knows. He's not a fool. 1 year later, they take the current president, and I had to call my husband, like, who was the president that was notorious for the cowboy hats? And he was like, Reagan. Who was after? Like, we was really, really having a powwow on American government and who was the president and all of that. He knows them all. I don't. I don't, and I don't even care. I'm not even gonna go and look it up either. But anyway, the sitting president, they had to go show him what was what down at Area 51 and what was going on. You know, I guess each president you have to make them abreast to the treaty that the people made with the aliens. It's present day, and Troy is about to deliver that baby, and Miss Candy, you know, silence him. Silence. You will not speak. You will not feel pain. And she ain't even talking, like she just looking at him, because she got whole, you know, telekinesis going on, and so he can hear her thoughts and she can hear his thoughts, and so that's how they're communicating. She cuts him open and delivers the baby, and he's, you know, over there crying, baby toe up, that was the ugliest baby. It had the alien. It had a human face and it had the alien eyes, the big old alien eyes. And they're like, okay, prepare the tank. And of course, it's like, wait, what? What does that mean? They slit that baby's throat and drowned it, threw it right on in the water. And he's sitting over there crying and carrying on, trying to get up and come out of whatever trance she had him in. He was trying to get out of it and go save his baby. But of course, she did one of those. And he fell to the floor. 1 week later, he returns to the White Room, with the rest of the hosts. And, he tells his friends about his experience. And he is seriously upset about his baby being killed. Like, he thought that he was going to be a family, he and Cal, and their alien baby. He didn't think that they would do that. And so that really has him torn up inside that they killed that baby. After telling them that, they're like, so what do? We're going to have to make a run for it. And homegirl, Cal, whatever her name is, the lady from the 70s, she interjects because she's been eavesdropping. And she's like, I don't think you guys should do that. This isn't that kind of place. I mean, this is Area 51. You don't just leave here. I think you guys are going to have to come to grips with this is what it is. You have to, compartmentalize. You can't care. You cannot care. And then, she tells them that she wants to show them. No, they ask her how many babies she had. And she goes back to 1969 when she was having her own baby. And so a few of her babies had been killed as well. Because if they don't come out perfect, they go on and kill them. So, she's like, she learned to stop caring. She tells them she feels good about what she's doing because at this point she is a part of, history. And so she got to be doing something good. She wants to take them to her special place. It's very special. And it's a replica of the moon with the American flag planted on the moon. And everybody like, well, what are we doing here on set? And she's like, isn't it obvious? They faked it. Child, they faked it. The people have always... The people have always, said that. That's always been a conspiracy theory that ain't nobody landing on the moon. And Ryan gonna have the people believing Ryan gonna have the people believing in aliens. I mean, if you are easily persuaded, I guess. She goes there because it's so serene, and then she talks about, how it was faked right around the time that she was abducted. It was back in 1969 when she was a bartender / prostitute. And she was working with a John. And then when she came out, she saw these 2 other potential Johns at the booth. And they looked, kind of savvy, And nobody else recognized them. But she recognized them right away as Neil Armstrong and Buzz. The first men to land on the moon. And she said, they supposed to still be on the moon. So she, pays out the bartender, gets 3 glasses and goes over there to have a conversation so she can get the tea on that. And of course, they give her all the tea. One big whole Hollywood production. That's what it was. That night, they came and got her. The men in black then came and got her while she was, turning a trick with a couple. She wakes up pregnant and drugged. And, she's, going through the place trying to figure out where she is and runs into the set, where they're filming the whole land on the moon type of thing. And it's Stanley Kubrick directing. And Kennedy's like, girl, for real, Stanley Kubrick. Now, what he need to be doing directing something like this? And she's like, I don't know, but I know Nixon was a huge fan of his work. And after that, he got a lifetime contract with Warner Brothers that, it ain't up for no negotiations or none of that. It's just that's that. And they're like, why? Why would they fake landing on the moon? So if we do something like that and the people see it, the dumb humans will believe all the technology we bring this way. They won't be questioning a telephone or a TV or a microwave or, anything like that because our people landed on the moon. So, of course, we can create telephones and TVs and that sort of thing. And I'm like, first of all, I don't like where we're going with this because the cell phone was invented by a black man. And I'm going to need for y'all to put that in there. I'm going to need for that not to be the conspiracy. Okay? Throw something else out there from technology that wasn't invented by a black person. Because what you not going to do is make it seem like our inventions are, you know, coming from aliens, because it's not. It's God-given. It's God-given. Anyway, down off the soapbox. She leaves them to go, you know, they need to make their own peace with what's happening. Cal, he starts having contractions, and so it's time for him to have this baby. He don't want to get the help though, because he already, you know, after hearing that, he don't want them to slice his baby's throat and drown it. So he thinks that they, you know, should deliver this baby on their own. So they go to the room with the moon, and they in there, and you know, he's telling him, I'm gonna have to cut you open and take the baby out. You know, here, put this in your mouth, scream in this, bite it as hard as you can, and I'm gonna need you to keep it as quiet as you can. I'm like, now see, you had a whole epidural in the form of Miss Candy, and yet you telling him to keep quiet in here when you slicing his stomach without drugs, without any of that. Yeah, okay, Troy. He does it, and you know, they deliver the baby, and they all excited and happy, thinking they one big happy family with they dumb asses. And then when they pull that baby all the way out of the little sack it's in, it has octopus legs, and it just latches right onto his face. I said, well, that's what y'all get. That is what y'all get. It's a reason why these people want y'all to let them know when you about to have that baby, because it could be, or, you know, it could not be. Now they in a situation. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like he gonna die. I feel like whatever that is on that alien, attaching itself to, usually when the alien jumps out and leaps onto your face, it's sucking the life out of you or doing something, you know. I don't know. They were so excited to have that little ugly baby. That's what they get. That's what they dumb asses get. Okay, that's it, guys. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.